Hey, what's up, everybody? Like this is the first time we go live, but on the laptop that I'm on because I didn't. Yeah, because it's been a while since I've been live on the laptop since probably the last laptop I have. So this one was like I think it's like almost 2 years old, I believe. This laptop could be, but yeah, the wife said, might as well do the Jones Chronicles. I know we haven't done like a episode or anything like that for a while, so might as well call this like a special edition or something like that. So, people they join in. If not, I can understand. Some people may be tired and God knows what's going on with that other game. But the Knicks disappoint me for letting Boston win without Jason Tatum. And right now it's looking good that the Golden State Warriors may end up being eliminated. So that's always a good thing. Then after that, out of the West, I don't care who wins. While the East, as long as the Pacers don't make it to the NBA Finals, I'm cool with that. So let's just be their second consecutive season that they don't make it to the finals. I mean, yeah, yeah, that's right. But I guess one of the things we can talk about today is although we have sponsors and recently like increasing sponsors, we will never forget that WFSO also sponsors Maddie's Memory. So for what they do, also with because we lost a son, and Hazel wanted to give back to to people that that's suffered the same thing that we did and end up with nothing out of the out of that. So families can at least try to like grieve better and have like some items they can just remember their child by, like no matter like what happened. But it's a good thing. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going to I think it's the West
West
Alice,
Dallas Memorial.
yeah, West Alice Memorial Hospital, to drop off some stuff there. And I think what was it like a couple weeks ago that we ended up doing
It was 2 weeks ago that you did St. Joe's.
yeah, yeah, 2 weeks ago we did St. Joe's.
We've
Yeah,
actually got to get a order together for Freuda as well, which I will do tomorrow once we get home.
so everybody know where Florida is. So if you don't, it's like around the if
It's
you
Wauwatosa.
well Tulsa, yeah, Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, that area, and yeah, they currently making like other stuff going on in that area too. So it's look like it's coming along. So
Right.
that's
And
good.
well, they've denied us actually giving donations since the pandemic.
Yeah.
But one of the women who was at the Black Birth Symposium on Friday was the social worker for the Lost program. And she said they need the stuff.
Mm,
She said, so whoever told me that they don't want it anymore was not being truthful. They need the stuff. But the good thing is, in regards to the donation for Freuda, they're coming to collect. We
right.
haven't got to get on the bus. We've got to go because it's not hike because the Connect One goes out that
Yeah,
way, so
it
it would be
does.
pretty quick once we got there. But it's still a distance.
Yeah, with the Connect One, we'll probably will get there quicker than usual. But
Right. So we've been doing this sort of work for 13 years now. Well, nearly 13 years. It'll be
yeah,
13 years in October. Um, our son died 13 years ago this July. Um, I was very emotional actually on Friday when I did the Black Birth Symposium because I was speaking about his death and some things that I have spoken about with one-on-one with people, but when you say things in front of a group, it it makes it more real. And even though it's been 13 years, there are times I don't want it to be more real.
right.
So um, as I say, we've been doing this for 13 years. I started out with it just being for St. Mary's where Matthew was born. I wanted to just help them. Then other hospitals heard, so it spread and spread. And literally, just call me Mrs. Worldwide. Just seriously, because it really has gone worldwide in a lot of cases. And that's great and sad at the same time. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Right.
And sadly, we don't get the donations that people seem to think that we do. I'm just very good at knowing where to spend my money. I will sit and wait for bargains. And, AJ will tell you, I have no problem going to Goodwill, to charity stores, it's yard sale season. I'm going to be cleaning up. And a lot of times at yard sales, all you have to do is tell the people what you're doing it for. Boom, they're like, yeah, go help. Yeah, take it, do this, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't, but, there's a lot of cases people do.
Oh, yeah, you can. Here you go.
Thank you. So there's a lot of that going on.
I just realized that I had two of the same.
No, they traded one of them, remember, because one was out of stock.
Right.
No, there's a problem anyway.
No, it's not. It's not.
We need to make those into ice creams. Give it a really good flavor. We got ice cream trays here.
I didn't even thought of that. That is a good idea.
Anywho, in 13 years, we have, last count, we have donated 27,500 burial gowns in various shapes, sizes. We have donated 17,000 memory packs worldwide. We have donated 10,000 hats and baby blankets.
Yeah, and some of the hats is in that bag. So I'm surprised I didn't drop anything. I just noticed that it was open.
Oh, the bag popped open for the hats?
Yeah.
Oh,
nothing fell out though,
okay.
So that's a good thing.
We've donated 6,000 bereavement support folders. And this is the thing, as I say, these go to whoever needs them. So it's not just hospitals, it's not just families. We get them to birthing groups and birth workers so that they are prepared. We get them out to social workers, like you heard me say today.
Right.
We got them out to the clergy department at the hospitals in Illinois, not in Illinois, in Racine and Kenosha. It's getting these things out to the people who can get them to the people who need them. Yeah, and a lot of times that isn't handing them to the actual families.
I was going to say, was it also in Ozaki County too?
I'm saying all over, but I'm just saying it's not just given to hospitals.
Right.
It's given to social workers at hospitals. It's given to the clergy department at hospitals. It's given to that I teach a doula class every other month. They get all the info, so they're prepared. We spoke at the Black Birth Symposium, which is it was for birth workers. So we spoke with them and taught there. It's all these different things that when it comes together, the information gets out there. And, it really is hard getting the donations coming in. But as you said, WFSO has donated a lot of times. It is our biggest supporter. And sometimes the donation side of things isn't always money, it's time. Mm-hmm. It's dropping off donations. It's working events with me. It's doing shows where you where you advertise what we do. It's about when we have the Wave of Light, dropping the flyers off to people and helping out there, greeting people.
Right.
It's a lot of those things, and sadly people don't see that. They think when we say we need help, it's always money. Don't get me wrong, I ain't turning down a dime. Tell a lie. I can't even say that. I have turned down donations.
Oh yeah,
I'll get to that shortly.
Yeah, from some of the stories you told me, it's crazy.
There was actually 3 main ones in 13 years that are whoa. So we'll get to those in a minute, and you'll understand why they were turned down. So there's a lot of things that when you volunteer for any nonprofit, it doesn't, or donate to a nonprofit, it doesn't have to be money. that we've had people who have donated money and said, "I'm sorry, it's only $5." It's like, oh, let me show you what I can do with $5.
Right.
Before Joanne Fabrics closed down, it was a case of, okay, wait till the sales are on, go in there, get a yard of fabric, get the stuff that's needed, make NICU gowns, make hats, make whatever it is I need, and I work it out.
So where you go to since Joanne's is going to be closed?
Michael's is the cheapest one that's next. Hobby Lobby is too expensive, even when their stuff is on sale.
Oh wow.
It's very expensive, and I have slight issues with them in regards to their policies on the LGBTQI plus community,
Right.
about the DEI narrative and everything. So I have some issues in regards to that.
And the sad thing is like not all their employees at certain stores are not white.
Right. But it's just
I know it's just doesn't make any sense, especially the DEIs that it's more harder for people to look for work.
right. And people don't understand that actually, what's the word I'm looking for? That actually goes to a point where I'm getting weird messages coming through. Bear with me. Okay. It goes through also to the point of um, the DEI rulings basically meant that companies couldn't discriminate against you for your sex, your religion, your race, creed, all that lot.
Right.
Since it's been gone, it means that yes, they can. And snobby ass white people thought that it would mean that they were protected, and it wasn't. It's basically a law that will keep white men employed, and they believe everybody else fired. So these MAGA white women were like, I don't understand why I lost my job. You were part of the group they want to get rid of, my dear. Sit down, shut the fuck up. You're in the find out part of fucking around. So there's all of that lot, but that's for a different day.
But like with it's hard for if I want to look for a job. Like it's hard for me to get one already with my criminal record, and with this, it's just
a bit
worse.
more difficult,
right?
But the way we also look at it is this in regards to what we do. You find what works. Now, I've had people say, "Why do you go shopping at like yard sales and all this lot?" And if you're buying stuff that you could tell was bought from Hobby Lobby, my thing is that if I'm buying from a yard sale, I say it's fabric that was bought from Hobby Lobby originally, because we do go to yard sales and find fabrics all the time. You're not paying for Hobby Lobby; you're giving back to that person who bought it. So Hobby Lobby is not benefiting from that sale,
right?
And it's the same with when I bought tea light candles. You won't believe how many people sell off their party light candles, which are the really good scented ones.
Oh, wow.
And so I'll buy them. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I will get them. One, I get them cheaper. Two, I'm not paying into party light. And it's all those different things that when you add it all up together means that we get more for our money than what we would at the store. Right. So that's how we make the small amount of donations that we do have grow. At times it is difficult. We're in a real slump right now in regards to donations coming in. And I know that you're at times thinking to yourself, yeah, not judging by the stuff I'm bringing upstairs, you're bringing up wedding dresses.
Right.
So that's not the teddy bears that I need. That's not the candles that I need, the notebooks that I need, the pens that I need, the seeds that I need, the hand lotion I need, the lip balm.
Right.
It's none of that lot. And we will never run out of wedding dresses, because and I'm not even putting notices out there saying I need them. I'm getting people asking if I want them right now.
Right.
I've got an email actually to respond to that I have to do. But in regards to all of that, we do need the resources and the help. But as I say, I could shop. I know how to shop. I know how to haggle as well. Best thing is if I take Maggie out with me. That woman, I swear to God, we'll walk away from places with like 10 boxes of stuff, and we paid like $6. It's like, how did you do that?
Right, exactly.
Me, I fumble over my words. She just marches it. She's like, I got this, and next thing you know, say we're loading up the car.
Because I know y'all don't go to that Goodwill that's
We
in
don't
Mount
go
Pleasant
there.
anymore.
We don't go there anymore because one, the resellers all hit it up now, and the people who are doing all the reselling, those are the ones who push you out the way,
Oh yeah,
knock you over, all that sort of stuff. So dealing with that is not fun.
Especially if you're a person that want to fight, go there.
Yeah. So we very rarely go there, and this is the thing, they changed a lot of their stuff over, that it's just all clothing. And we're unable now to get like Beanie Babies. We used to be able to pick up there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Candles we were able to pick up there all the time, and it was good deals at times. There really was. I'm not going to say there wasn't, but it changed. And
just one of those things. Now. Yeah. Seems like the one on 92nd over here is, although they got like some limited stuff, but it's not as bad as the one down there.
That one's better. That one is a lot better.
Better organized and better people that got common sense.
And this is the thing. A lot of people don't want to go to 192nd Silver Spring because it's on your side of Milwaukee, and that works in our favor.
Yeah. That's true, because it seems like some people don't want to go to the north side of Milwaukee. But then again, yeah, we live on the north side.
They're fabulous. They just need to appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's just like crazy, what the difference with that. But more on Maddie's memory. We do have a event to go to this Saturday.
March of Dimes. Windmill Park.
Yep. That's from like 9 to
8.
8.
Registration starts at 8. The walk starts at 9. Then there's a kids run. Roscoe from the Admirals will be there.
Maybe giving out free tickets.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. You go along there, see if you can win some free tickets and some goodies and stuff. And it is a really family-friendly thing. They have like balloon animals and face painting and fake tattoos.
Yeah, you got your face paint, didn't you, last year?
No, I didn't. There was too busy being online. I had tattoos done instead, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But yeah, good event, and plus, for a good cause.
And we're there. We always, and this is the thing. The March of Dimes event, even though we're there representing Maddie's memory, it's about filling kids. The kids who are there, a lot of them are former NICU patients.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about, getting some fun to them. So we have things like, we've got kids' sunglasses.
Right.
Because all these kids forget to have sunglasses on. So we go out and we buy the craziest, cheapest, and let's be honest, the craziest ones are the ones that are always on sale. So we have some really like star-shaped ones and all of this lot.
Right.
And we do all of that and have a great time, and it's a different time for us. And when I say that, it's about celebrating the life of these kids who made it out of the NICU.
Mm-hmm.
It's about having fun. And we do actually have our donation thing up on the table. And we do some to walk away with normally about $25, $30, which is great. We'll take it. Thank you very much.
Right.
But we also have, so much fun giving out teddy bears as well. I have more teddy bears this year. Last year I only had 20. This year I believe I've got 40.
Okay, double the number.
Yeah, and we've got 10 actually going to West Dallas as well.
So most likely it'll be 30.
No, we've got 40 and then 10 also going to West Dallas. I mean, it's 50.
Oh.
40 for the event.
No. I get it.
10
But just
West
like
Dallas.
Because I know you said 40, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
she must have got extra 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I ordered extra.
Oh, okay.
So then we've got the Play-Doh things that are in the shape of peeps.
Yeah.
Pencils and just like grabby stuff for the kids and everything. And we've got our bubble machine. which was a big hit last year.
It was a big hit last year. Yes, it was. And it was for that one event that was what in July, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, big hit with that one too. We forgot it for the walk to remember. We forgot it for
No, I
that.
had it, but
Oh yeah,
the batteries had run out.
Yeah, you're right. The batteries. So yeah, and normally WFSO will have some stuff like for the kids like Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever the case may be. And I know I still got some left. I just gotta look for the bag and just get them prepared for Saturday. So yeah, can do that. And because it was May last year, they had this or was it
No, it
June?
was 2nd of June last year.
Okay,
And
so
then
early
if you
June.
remember the year before, it was that. Oh my god, it was so hot. They had it in May.
Yeah, in Hart Park,
Yeah,
in Wauwatosa.
in Wauwatosa, and we weren't in any shade. And the temperature, it was the hottest day of the year so far that day, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It got up to like 90. They shut this is how hot it was. They shut it down early because of safety for the kids.
Yeah.
And because the person who had donated the water didn't show up, if you remember.
Oh yeah, because they were supposed to have a lot of other people showed up.
Water, and they were supposed to have had Culvers was supposed to have been there.
Yeah.
And a few other companies who said, yeah, we've got donations for you, and then didn't show.
I'm sorry for laughing, but it was like what you told me about that Culver's and was it McDonald's beef or something like that?
Culver's and Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's, okay.
It was the ice cream wars. It's like, you're like, oh, for God's sake.
I know. You never know. Everybody probably won them all.
Well, there was enough people there. It was hot enough that they would have not had any left.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was the thing. We got hold of your mum, didn't we? And we said, please, could you bring us some water? Showed up with a case, if you remember.
Right.
We were like, oh, thank God. And then when we got home, I'm like sunburnt, like literally really bad in the face and the arms and my hands. It was like, that was crazy. And we said, okay, if the following year, which was last year, they were going to have it there, we were going to try and find one of those umbrella canopies. And thankfully, they moved it. And where they moved it to is a bit out of the way, but there was plenty of shade there.
Yeah.
There was plenty of shade. It was in a smaller areas. Everything was more compact and together. Bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Food trucks were there.
Yeah, there was a couple of food trucks, yeah.
And I think people forget that those sort of things are needed,
Exactly. And I think I tried, what was it, like not ice cream, but it was something of a drink or something?
It was that slushy.
Slush, yeah.
But they had different weird flavors, didn't they? They were good.
Oh, yeah. They were good. So, yeah, always one of the funnest events to go to and a lot of stuff going on. And
well, as I say, it is a really good event if you've got kids.
Right.
To go along to and to have a good time, enjoy.
And stop by the Maddie Memory Table.
Yes, give me your money. I love you long time. Not really, but hey, thoughts then.
That's funny. So, Mike is going to be with us this year.
Yeah, right? Don't pass out on that one, folks.
I did it for y'all.
We will say this. Mike, when he's in front of a crowd, he can sell fucking snow to S-Mart, to be perfectly honest. But getting him to go places is like pulling teeth. There always has to be something in it for him.
Right.
And at times, to me, it's, you're padding up your resume by volunteering for places.
Exactly. Which he probably didn't add on the resume for
No,
Indeed.
And if you think about it as well, look at the doors that have opened for us since we've done stuff for March of Dimes. How many Admiral's events have we been to or got tickets for or been involved with because of that.
Right.
And not just for March of Dimes, but because we found out, okay, hold on, they donate. They're willing to donate tickets to fundraise. And it was like, wow, okay, that's great.
Right.
How many other events? Like we got invited to the Baby Lost Memorial opening last year at West Dallas.
Yeah.
And we were the only lost group who was able to host a table with items to give away.
Right.
And it was like, okay, there were other lost groups there, but we were the only ones who said you can set up a table and give stuff away. There's a lot. There are freaking signature chef events and.
Oh yeah, that was the best. I finally went to one with her last year, and I think she went.
I was volunteered the year before.
Yeah.
But I was nominated for an award last year.
Right.
So we were guests this time. And I was so glad because I said to you, didn't I, right from the get-go, I want you to experience this. Because it's like nothing else in the world. And you're going to get to try food from these restaurants.
Right.
That are just... I don't even know how to describe some of these restaurants. But tell me you know how to describe some of these because the food was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, especially after the food, you just like, what? Is that even possible? And it ended up being good. Like,
I like
wow.
the combos. You think, just for argument's sake, there was one that was roasted lamb chop on crispy seaweed.
Right.
And we looked at the name. If you remember, you went, I ain't even trying that. And I'm like, I will. And it was, oh my god. But there was like the Chinese food that was there was like those noodles. Oh.
Right.
I'm having a moment. But you got to try all of these different places that we wouldn't be able to afford to go to these restaurants. Some of them.
And the auction.
And that was an experience in itself.
Right.
You agree? But it's such an experience. And I know it was like a hell of a lot of rich people there, like hell of a lot.
Basically.
But for that night, you're one of them. Nobody looked down their nose at us or anything.
Right.
And it was fun. It really was.
Especially at the end of the night, she ended up taking a sign
that had her name. I did take my sign with me. I brought it at home, I'll have you know.
But yeah, it was an enjoyable experience, and I know I'm not gonna have the money for like doing the auction stuff like that because they got interesting items in there that we would want, but.
Well, the one thing that I really want, and I still would love to do, is to have the free library, which is the little house-shaped box that's on a stand.
Yeah.
That people can fill up with books, so you can take a book and all this lot.
Right.
I wouldn't have it in our neighborhood. I would love to have one by Maggie's, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because if you take a book from our area, we won't get it back.
Well, and
or they won't put it back.
It's not a point of getting it back. It's it would get destroyed where we are. People would vandalize it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Especially them bad kids.
Yeah.
They probably will destroy it. So that's true. I didn't even think about that.
And I don't ever want that to be a thing. I'd love to have it at Maggie's.
You ever thought of like downtown?
It's got to be somewhere that's accessible that I can go to regularly and refill and everything and keep an eye on. And I don't want to be beholden to somebody downtown. Like, where downtown would I put it where I wouldn't need planning permission?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm thinking of 27th Street as well, in that area, where they're trying to like make it look decent and stand out between, what's that, not Mason, but
right, but for those type of things, for the miniature libraries like that, you have to have, if you have it on private property, you don't need planning permission. You don't pay rent on it. I'm not putting it somewhere where I've got to pay them to have it.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so that's why I would want it over at Maggie's. I'd have it painted pink and blue. I'd have a little plaque put on it. I would love that.
Have you talked to her about that, or you just came up with the
I
idea
don't
now?
know where to get one of the little libraries from to even start approaching the idea. So
But then
yeah,
again, we can buy a bunch of books from the Dollar Tree, and
well, I'll just go around the yard sales and ask on the free groups. Have you got books? I've got this, thing going on.
yeah, that too. That'll work out.
I mean, there's one of those down the block from here on the corner.
Yep. And I think we didn't. No, I think we kept that book, didn't we?
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. It's in his toy box, I believe.
Okay.
We just got to go and take a couple of books down there one day.
Yeah.
And I've got books at the house, so it's not a problem. I can go through those and
Yeah, that's probably be a good idea too. Like get some books and just drop them off at like certain those mailbox. I know they got one on the east side too, because I know we went past one day.
the other thing to do is to like get coloring books and crayons and put them in there and those type of things.
Right.
Because it's not just about, oh, you have to leave books. No, it's making books accessible for families who can't afford always to go and buy a book.
Right. So it could be something that they could be interested in.
Yeah. Some places they put little board games in there and puzzles when the kids have outgrown them as well.
Exactly. Oh God. Yeah. But yeah, stuff we do with no Maddie's memory, enjoyable, and I don't regret, sponsoring it one bit. I know there's gonna be times it's gonna be hard for me to have, money and stuff for it at times, but
He regrets me nagging at him at times, but
hmm yep, but still is it was worth
he says that now.
it. Then be like after we leave from town, they be like, ah.
I do this shit again. That'll be it.
Like, man, no more, no more. No, we couldn't do that. But in another event that Maggie's Mary does is with the home bridge. Yeah, so the thing is like they have October 15th.
Pregnancy and loss awareness.
Thank you. And like 7 o'clock, wherever time zone you are, you just light a candle for was it 30 minutes or
Hour.
oh an hour? Okay, they just do that. So what she does at that time,
Lose my voice.
yeah, make the speech and like name all the babies' names that people online or people she know will give to her and just read them off. But
I just pre-recorded last year. I've been getting too sick down there doing it.
especially because almost everybody, well, between us, me, you, and Mike, like we was all like getting sick. It was like a week at a time or something like that. Like
Well, you
what?
gotta remember the first year we did it. I caught COVID. You
Yeah.
and him didn't have COVID, but you were both sick.
Right.
And it was weird that I tested positive for COVID and you two didn't. You guys were just
Yeah.
really bad. Then the following year, I ended up sick. You and him ended up with the sniffles, but it didn't amount to anything
Right.
like big. And then last year I was like, okay, I'm not reading it. I'm gonna pre-record it all and play it. That was the year we didn't get sick, if you
Yeah.
remember.
That is true. So it's just like wow. Especially before we did it by the area that we do it at. Um, we did it at one time in Sherwood.
We did it a couple of times this year.
Yeah, and especially they was complaining and stuff, and we had to do like a different location
Yeah.
before we officially done the
Homebridge.
yeah.
Yeah, the people of Shorewood didn't like us in their neighborhoods.
Oh my god. Well said. Is it because they ain't like that we left stuff there for?
No, I think it was a skin issue.
Half of the people that's living there are black. Yeah, I don't get that at all.
No, but you know what they're like. So
Yeah, same thing for White Alice.
yeah,
Wait, we got a story about that one too. What was it about?
with T-Bone.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but you said we were talking about Mary's women.
I'm just saying, you like the races and stuff like came up.
And
So
see, I mean, the problem is that it's going to happen all the time. It don't matter where we are. That's going to be an issue. And the reason that it's so popular for us to do it where we do it now,
hmm
one is because it is the official site, one of the official sites for the whole bridge,
right,
and it's the perfect view right in front of the whole bridge.
especially that you be seeing boats.
And that's been the best part is we've been so lucky if you think about it in regards to boats that have come through. We had the cruise ships 2 years in a row.
Right.
The first year we didn't get really anything. Next 2 years we got no. The first 2 years we got cruise ships.
hmm
Then last year we had the party boat that was the
Yeah.
images, but we also had the rowers. Remember who were coming through? We were training.
Right.
It's stuff like that, and we got some. It's such a beautiful spot to do it. Yes, it gets really cold there.
Yeah,
And I
because
remember I used to tease your sister, why the hell are you showing up with a blanket? And then afterwards, like, I need to bring a blanket. And she's like, mm-hmm.
yeah, because it's like those times. It's like the times we went, except for the past couple of years, it was cold, but it wasn't that cold.
I mean, it was chilly this year, but it wasn't freezing cold.
Right. But then again, it's
It's
October.
October. I mean,
Yeah, especially the middle of October. Like we were
right.
hoping, that
Oh, but this was the funniest, weren't it? This was October last year, that week. We had beautiful weekend because if you remember, we had the walk to remember. It was beautiful and hot. It was
yeah,
a bit windy, and then it rained, didn't it, right at the end?
yeah,
So, but it was beautiful and everything.
right.
And then we had the Monday, the weather was beautiful. And then the Tuesday, the wave of light, the temperature dropped into the 40s and was windy. Then the Wednesday, it heated up into the 60s and the 70s. And the rest of the week, it was in the 60s.
Right.
But no, the wave of light had to be in the freaking 40s with wind off the lake.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is the walk to remember is gonna be like in the same week as the
I'm not sure if it's the same week this year. I gotta double check with them, which I always do
because normally
coming up.
because normally they'll have it like the second Sunday of the
Yeah, and I
month.
do believe it is that still, but I've got to, as I say, double check, with them.
Right. And I did enjoy, what we did for them last year with
The little raffle
the little raffle. Yeah.
where we thought we lost the tickets and the tickets were under the bottom of everything. But
Like,
this year we're going to do the same, but I want to go
Yeah.
around to like Walmart and all that, like when they've got their clearances going on and find
yeah.
kiddie toys and everything there.
Plus, other stuff. Maybe some adults will like. So
No, I'm aiming at the kids because the kids are a lot of times are dragged along to these events. So having stuff for kids there is a good thing. But you saying that, one thing I thought might be good would be perhaps to see if we could get coupon from the Admirals again and ask them if they would do that for the walk to remember, and we could have that as a prize thing for one family.
yeah.
Where that's the grand prize somewhere in one of the raffle things is tickets for the Admirals.
Oh yeah, that is a good idea. Too bad the Bucks wouldn't do it.
I don't even want to talk about them and their attitude because, yeah,
It's a funny thing. It's like ever since they got better than the last decade.
I'll tell you when it started. When they announced that they were building the Pfizer Forum.
Yeah, that too.
That's when it all started with the we only want to help certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this, I understand I'm helping the Milwaukee Diaper Mission because that's Giannis's baby. I get that, but There's other smaller ones, and they just seem to tend to now ignore the smaller ones. Whereas the Wave, whereas the Admirals, and all that lot,
And
and
the
the
Brewers,
Brewers, the
yeah.
Brewers, credit where fucking credit's due.
Yep.
They'll come forward and they'll say, "Okay, we can give you a couple of tickets." They know what it means.
Exactly.
You know what is 2 tickets going to cost, or even 4 tickets going to cost for Brewers? The same with the Admirals and that lot.
Because like with the Brewers, they try to make like, like certain deals on tickets for people to go, especially on a weekday.
Right.
So, it's like them like trying to get like more people in seats, like regardless. And that's why y'all probably saw, if y'all went to a Brewers game, their fan appreciation game, they was getting out those vouchers that whole weekend for like, two two tickets to, wherever
That's how we've got to our games so far this season.
I think it was the Lowe's level, I believe.
Yeah.
And then what we do to give away, to raffle when Hazel did the auction for Maddie's Memory, they were club level tickets. And we had one person at one time actually, did win the bid, and I got outbid for the first time, but the last 2 years I did not get outbid.
And this is the thing, I will say, he does pay. It's not a case of, oh, just put down this bid and, maybe you could, we'll just pretend you want it.
No, I actually pay.
He pays.
Yeah, I pay. I do
Because
pay.
he'll tell you this, when it comes to Maddie's Memory, I don't care who you are, you're going to pay.
Right.
And I have at times when people haven't paid, it's like, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to bid on stuff.
Yeah, actually, that lesson learned when that one place that you and Maggie had went to in South Milwaukee, that one couple, that really pissed me off. It was like, I wish I was there that day.
Oh yeah.
Like, I would have broke down the house. I wouldn't care if I go to jail because it would have been the right thing to do.
Let me tell you about this. We had somebody win the Admirals tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You'd actually gone up against this person to win the Admirals tickets, if you remember.
Right.
So she said, anyway, you can drop them off. I was like, sure, no problem. Was out with Maggie, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. Me and Maggie swung by there, knocked on the door, and the woman was like, okay, how does this work? And I said, well, you've got these coupons. You need to go to the ticket office, find out what game you want and hand them in, and they'll give you the tickets. And she's like, okay. She went, how much did I win them for? And it was like 45, if I remember. And she said, okay. She said, I'm going to go in the house and get the money. And she had the envelope. And I said, can I have the tickets until you give me the money? And she went, no. And ran into her house and shut the door. And I'm like knocking on the door. I gave her like a good 10 minutes. I'm like knocking on the door. She didn't answer the door. I ended up having to call the police. And because the tickets did not say property of Maddie's Memory or donated to Maddie's Memory or none of that lot, she got away with stealing my tickets.
But not for long.
Yeah. And there was nothing the police said we could do. But
South Milwaukee Police.
I reported it to the Admirals.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what people don't realize is when these organizations donate tickets like that, and it's the same with all the tickets have a number.
Mm-hmm.
And these tickets had a voucher number. So I told the Admirals, okay, this is what happened. And the guy was like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. And they said, well, can you get a police report for me? I got the police report number. If you remember, I had to give it to him. The person went down there. This was literally on a Sunday. The person went down there on a Monday to cash in the tickets. Tried to cash in.
Yeah, I didn't heard like the ending story of that.
Well, they tried to cash in on the tickets and they got told they were reported stolen and all this lot, and that their tickets would be honoured once the charity they donated to had confirmed payment had been made for them. Payment was never made for them, but they never got the tickets. So they had tried. So that was one thing where we got almost, well, we did kind of get ripped off by it because, AJ bid $40 on him. This family had bid 45, and yeah.
Yeah.
But bless AJ, he did actually come out of pocket and say, okay, we'll get you the stuff anyway. So it wasn't, we didn't lose, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth, so to speak.
Right.
Um, then we had another incident that had nothing to do with actually a auction. I got to be comfortable. I'm hurting. Oh, there we go. Much better. Go to bed after we've done this. I'm tired. We were living on
was it 12th Street?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you remember, we had a group contact us saying they wanted to make a sizable donation.
Oh, yeah.
To sponsor Maddie's memory.
Yeah, this is going to be funny.
Like, okay, that's great. Appreciate that. Was going to arrange to meet them, but they said, can we do it over the phone? So I said, sure, no problem. They called up. They said that they were really interested in what we do, that they had seen a lot of our work online. One of their group members had received items from us when they had a loss. All of this stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm glad we could help. I'm sorry that they went through this.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you need from us? They said, well, we need you to stop helping Black families. I'm like, what? Yeah, we need you to stop helping Black families. You need to just help the white community. The white community is always getting mistreated, and the Black community is always stealing from the white community and all this. And I went, you do know that the co-founder of Maddie's Memory is Black, right? Well, yeah, but you'd have to get rid of him too. I said, I'm married to him. I wasn't yet. It was coming up for our wedding. No, you need to get rid of him and all this lot. And then you need to pledge allegiance to us. And it turned out that it was a freaking white supremacist group.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not doing any of this. I said, our group helps families all over.
No matter what race they are. I
don't care who you are. You have a loss, I got you,
Right.
And, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I said, no, they went, you don't understand, we want to donate $15,000 and there would be money coming regularly, monthly. And I went, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this. And they went like, well, we'll destroy you then. Still waiting.
That's funny, because I didn't think they were saying, oh, they'll destroy you then.
I'm still waiting. Hit me with your best shot.
Yeah, they better kick rocks. Especially where we were living at the time. If they would have came there and tried to start something.
If you remember, they did show up at our back alley.
Oh, yeah.
When I was putting out the garbage. When you turned down our fucking money, I've never run so fast into my house in my entire life. I was like, yeah, bye.
Yeah, was I there or I was just in the house?
You was in the house. Because I came in and got you, and you went outside, and you said you saw two white dudes further up the alley, but
yeah, they wouldn't even like me. And thank you, Minnesota, for eliminating Golden State. Although they're gonna use the excuse that Stephen Curry was hurt. Too bad.
Team should be able to carry without him.
Right. And they couldn't. So yeah. For the second straight consecutive year, the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to the Western Conference Finals. I'm sorry, but Golden State, they just need to disband. They really do. And they got Jimmy Butler thought he was going to help all the problems. Nope.
Okay, anything else you want to ask?
Let's see. You like Maddie's Memory, they always looking for sponsors besides, us at WFSO. And it'd be good, you can check out Maddie's Memory on Facebook. You want to send like a donation or something there. you can go to that. And I know y'all got a website as well, right?
Maddie'sMemory.org.
There you go. Maddie'sMemory.org.
Find me on TikTok. I'm fabulous over there.
Yeah. Got a lot of people on TikTok.
Not masses, like 8,000.
It's better than me. Only got like 1,000. Well, I mean, almost 2,000, I should say.
I got more followers on Facebook.
Yeah, you do.
Nearly at 25,000. That's
That's
only because one video just went viral. Made me some point.
mm, yeah, it's like one of those things like surprising, like the video she did, and it's currently still
It's still going.
yeah, it's still going. Like wow. But then again, like she said, Maddie's memory is like worldwide.
Mrs. Worldwide.
As she calls herself, Mrs. Worldwide. Um, before we do end it, any updates you want to share with anybody for the Wave of Light?
No. I'm joking.
I just say,
Well,
dang.
we've got the bridge. You're like, damn, you cold today. We've got the bridge again. It'll be in the same location, which is 600 South Water Street. It's the boat launch. Goodie bags will be available again. We ordered cookies. I still got to pay off those. I got $38 left to pay.
Oh, okay.
So when my money drops from
Yeah.
the book, I will pay off most of that. We'll be getting hold of Pizza Shuttle again.
Oh yeah.
Get hold of Nothing But Cakes again.
Mm-hmm. Which was the first time you got them involved with the auction. So
yeah. No. Remember I had the 3-tier one last year that Maggie won?
Oh.
And then the year before, Mike won.
Oh crap, that's right. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, if like a company in the Milwaukee area or in the county or even outside of Wisconsin that was sponsor the Wave of Light or anything with Maddie's Memory, please send them to Maddie's Memory on Facebook and Maddie'sMemory.org as well. You can also help with send it to our website. We do got a barcode on the sponsor page, so if you want to send a donation for Maddie's Memory, we can send it to them through that. But yeah, that's probably like pretty much it. And I appreciate the ones that who are watching. Appreciate it. If you like today's video, please like it. And we're trying to get subscribers as well. Like we're trying to get at least up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So hopefully, we can push for that. And got plans for for WFSO in 2026. And your sponsor will help do all these like accomplishments that we want to do in WFSO. So if we end up getting 1,000 subscribers early, the more the merrier. So that'd be cool with that. Also, with over 2,700 videos and counting that we have on here, and one of the longest reigning channels on YouTube. So besides this content, we also talk about wrestling, Milwaukee Bucks content, comic book movies and TV news, and content about Milwaukee development, which is probably already up that we did like a few hours ago. So, check out some past videos, and there may be some stuff you probably be interested in. So, we probably would have more videos than that, but unfortunately, when you try to find the videos that we've done that's on MySpace, they are gone, which sucks. And so with some photos that I took were gone.
Right.
So that kind of sucks. Also check out the website wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com for like upcoming events in the Midwest for wrestling wise. Also, videos like this, and also sorry, I'm itching. Also with photos that we took when we were at like wrestling events or we were at Bucks events. Took some pictures with Bucks players and took some pictures with wrestlers as well. So anyways, go ahead, check that out. And I know we're going to try to do, the merchandise store. So we hopefully we can get that running by the summer. So hopefully, we can get that going. Anyways, thanks to our sponsors, Mike and Robin Thompson and Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. So if you're interested in like collectibles of like wrestling figures, VHS and DVDs of past wrestling stuff, you can check them out. So look for Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. So from the missus and to the Mister, you guys have a good night. And more videos are to come. So
Mrs. Worldwide is going to bed.
yeah, Mrs. Worldwide is going to bed, and I got a little bit more work to do before I go to bed. Um, anyways, you guys have a good one. Until the next video, good night, everybody, and see you later.